I just double checking that my audio settings are actually audible. Yeah, mine are good. No, yours aren't. I can't hear you. So I'll go to audio sharing settings and then just switch everything on. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, then I'm not sure why I can't hear you. We'll just roll with it and see if anything happens, but... I'm actually going to open up this, like, go back to the regular page. And let's see what we've got. Let's see if people can actually hear you.
I mean, I'm on the stream now.
Let's see what we've got. Let's see if people can actually hear you. Yeah, can anyone actually hear Scott, or is it just me that you can hear?
Hello, testing.
Yeah. I can just hear myself in your headset, Scott.
Yeah, no, I can hear myself on the stream, that's all good.
Alright, yeah. So, sorry about the slight delay, guys. My PlayStation decided it just didn't want to turn on. We're here for CDR Tier 3 at Silverstone. We have been informed that it's wet quali dry race by Teabag, so there's a few decisions to be made by the drivers. Do you run a full dry setup in quali and try and chance your way through, or do you run a wet setup just to get through and compromise your race? It's what, 28 laps around here?
Yep, 28 laps, and it looks like a wet quali as well. I mean, I don't know if they put in a comment if you got a wet race as well, but it's gonna make for an interesting start.
Yeah, it's a wet race, dry quali. Wet quali, dry race.
I was about to say, it can't be on my screen, it can't be a dry quali. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting because you see who's gonna go for who's gonna adjust their setups to get a decent quali lap out, and who's gonna keep a dry setup, struggle through quali, and pick up the pace in the race.
Yeah, I'm now just trying to see who's actually closest to getting onto a lap. I think it is King Luckman. Nope, it is Mechanical, who is on an outlap, so it will be Reggie as the first man through. Yep, Reggie's the man that's on the fastest first sector as of now, because he's... got a few people in the comments from drivers in the tiers above. So we've got Colby and Armin Plays, both supporting their respective teams in AlphaTauri and Haas. And we've got also Bosso already in the comments, so that means we're going to get his fan base in very shortly.
Just on board with Reggie, so close in validating there on the exit of, I believe that was Maggots and Beckett. It comes up and nice and tight through there. It goes over, goes a bit wide there as he comes onto the straight. Then off with a 139. Shortly after we have Ninja 139 too. So there's our benchmarkers for the time being. Aiden Gray at 139 dead.
So between the top 3 so far that have set laps. There's almost half a second in it.
Yep. It is going to be close, and just having a look, it looks like there's an Alpine. Nope,
Teddy Henke is invalidated.
So it looks like Jackie is going to cross the line. He lost a 139.5, followed by T-Bag on a 140.
So there's 1.5 seconds between the top 5 already.
And it looks like the next one's going to be a Mercedes.
That looks like it's going to be Margs. Yeah.
Yep. Followed by a Ferrari. Yeah, they're both a 147. He must have spun or lost it somewhere. And then it looks like
as Blue and Souls dropped it.
Yep, and I'm on board with the Williams, sorry, of Colin. See what he done, cut that last corner and then validated that there. But he looks like to be going again. No, he's validated his next lap as well. So going on board with Keyboard or Quirty Boy. He looks to be coming over to say his time. No, that's invalidated as well. That's the problem with this track. There's not a lot of room to between error, between invalidation and not. It could be an inch or two, and that's it. You're done. Just try and have a look. There's another Mercedes coming down, hanger straight. And that is of Mark, so see what he can do, if he can improve on that 147. And yep, the Osso fan base is here with Ruben. The Osso Zone.
Yeah, the Ozone, who are actually in the YouTube comments already. Telling him that he's got to get through to Q3.
He telling us to get some ride height on that setup.
Well, now he's come out the pits, he can't put any more ride height on it. It's part Fermi conditions. Teddy Henke's on his outlap. Dylan is in the pits. Keyboard is
King
coming
Luckman looks
through end of sector 2.
King Luckman's coming on the final corner, looking to improve a 139.3, and he does a 138.8.
So he puts himself
solid
2 times
there,
clear.
and he purples every sector, and there's an Alpha Tauri behind him of Saki.
Who then puts himself 2 temps clear.
Yep, and Quirty Boy, there we go.
Comes in 4 temps clear.
Yeah, made up for his invalidation. So now it's on.
Steve is on an outlap. Raphael is on an outlap. Mechanical sat in the pits. Osso is on his flying lap. Gives the curb at turn 1 a lot of room. It's like he didn't even want to get anywhere near it.
So I'm just looking back. Teddy Henke looks to be coming around.
Armin has just asked if anyone's got a quali ban for this session. That would have been up to the tier admin to actually look at, but instead he was just not.
Yeah, I think the only one going into penalty, I think, as I know, is Colin, 25 seconds from Hungary.
Yeah, he's got 25 seconds combined.
Yeah, a major setback for him. At the end of the day, the stewards, their decision is their final decision. I have heard a lot of people talk about their opinion on that, but it's going to be one of them races. So he still go through it and just hope that he gets at least at that 25 seconds, or does he just go for a cleaner race and just try not to DNF? Because of course I believe that if he does DNF, I think he goes on to his next race, I believe.
Yeah,
or does
it gets added to the next race he finishes. Saki's just done a 38 dead, so puts himself 2 temps clear again. Is this just going to be a game of He can
Anything
go
you can do,
very
I can do
marginally
better.
quicker.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is again, looking at them times there, it does look like they might have adjusted their front wing, more downforce.
He's also just put himself top 6
So
with a 39.1, which is still 1.1 seconds off of the pace, but that should see him comfortably through for now.
Alright. I'm just sticking on board with, no, it says he's on his out lap to see what Colin can do. Because there's still Teddy Hankey left, well, he's invalidated, so he's looked like he might be struggling with the restrictions here.
Colby, Silverstone is penalty central, so if Colin can keep himself with no penalties, that will boost his chances at a good finishing position.
Yeah.
It will do, because his finishing penalties will be nullified by everybody else's penalties, like in race penalties. So if he can just keep trucking along and keep himself within touching distance of people, plus any post-race incident penalties occurred and things like that, could ultimately bump him back up the field a little bit, but we don't know what the end of the race is going to bring.
Well, I can tell you firsthand how easy it is picking up penalties. On Friday, picked up 17 seconds myself. I think one of them was speeding in the pit lane. The tip for you boys as well, we're listening, it's not your 50 miles or 80 kilometers an hour. It drops down to the 37, I believe. Found out the hard way.
Yeah, it's just easier to avoid the 5 seconds of speed in the pit lane by losing a couple of seconds in the pits and hitting the limit early and then just dropping your speed.
I'm on board with Colin, and this does look like he's got a couple of slow cars, but they've moved out the way. He's coming through Maggott and Beckett, looking quite clean.
Give me a second, I'll be over.
Accelerator there. Yeah, just missed that grass by an inch. He's flying down. Does look like a tidy lap.
Well, this season, Colin has actually performed well in the wet weather races.
And just invalidated, unlucky there. He was on for a flyer. Just Teddy Hankey at 1:37.9. I mean, has Colin got enough fuel to stay out? He does.
Yes, so during intermediate weather you would ideally fuel...
and he's just invalidated, sorry about that, he just invalidated and turn 1 too much curb there. I mean...
Yeah, during intermediate weather you would ideally fuel up for enough to do like 3 to 4 laps.
Yeah.
Because all the tyres are going to do is rubber in the entire way round, so the chance to do 3 or 4 flying laps, like do 1 lap as a fuel burner, use your ERS on the next lap. Then if you still think you can go quicker, save your ERS again and go again.
Oh, we were just waiting for Dylan, Colin and Hound to set a lap. Only 3 cars haven't. So Hound on his out lap. Dylan's in the pit still. No, Dylan's just leaving the pits now. 5 minutes left, should be enough time to set them, as you say, them 3 laps you can set. Colby in the comments saying let's go Saki. I mean, again, as you say, it's nice to see other drivers watching, tuning in, seeing how their teammates get on. Another Ozone fan is here. Hard South saying let's go Osso.
What is the Ozone going to do if Osso eventually wins the Tier 3 championship? Are they just going to lose their minds?
Mate, yeah, I reckon. I mean, I'm not too sure where about they are from, but I'm pretty sure that there's going to be no sleep at all that night.
Jackie's just put a 37.6.
Bloody hell. So yeah, they are breaking that barrier, whether it's the track evolution drying up, yep. So Colin's back in the pit. He's gone back in. He's going to have to do a quick in and out to have enough time to set a couple of laps. Dylan's still on his out lap. Hound, let's see how he's getting on. Still not invalidated. He's coming through sector 1, coming up to.
We're right on board with him and
giving
some air time for the only time today.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
for the first time today.
Yeah.
Aiden Gray with a 37.5. Yet that track started to dry out. It's
Yeah,
still
I
raining,
mean,
but that dry line started to like appear.
let's see if Hound can take advantage of that. I mean, he keeps it nice and tight there.
Ideally, when it's like this, it's kind of a catch-22. You want to go out early and get the dry spit the track, or do you want to wait for it to dry out and just wait for that delta towards the softs getting lower and lower?
It's one of them things. Like me personally, I like to go out, set a lap first, do a fast lap, just to get your time on the board, just to get comfortable. And then that way, if needed, you can go out again and fast track evolutions hit, so you're guaranteed a couple of attempts faster just by a grip on the track.
See, I tend to do well under the pressure of like one shot quali each quali session. Like,
yeah,
it's just something that I got into the habit of doing when I was racing offline, and then when I moved to online and full quali sessions.
Oh, so he clipped that sausage curb and it's put him 16th. That might have cost him a 10th hitting that curb, but he's still got another lap in him. As we move on to Dylan, Dylan is now on his fast lap, I believe, coming through sector 2.
Yeah, just coming through Cops and into Maggots and Beckett's.
Yep.
Which just is not a fun part of the track in the dry, let alone the wet. I hate this bit of the track.
See, it's funny, on the old game I used to hate this, but on the new game I enjoy it. He's invalidated, unfortunately, there.
Reggie with a 37.4.
Yeah, it's definitely drying up now. I mean, here's a thing, you look at the chances of, well, it's Hound, Marge. I mean, if they can come out and set a time faster, then it puts, you know, Gameful, Osso Bosso, Luckman at risk of dropping. Hound, massively, cut that corner there, somehow not invalidating. He's still cracking on, so that might have actually saved him a couple of attempts.
Was that through Maggots and Beckett's, or was it Cops?
Cops, I believe, so I jumped on that
yeah,
soon
he's found half a second. And he needs to find a second to go, like, to just get into P15 and put him on the brink.
If he can hit that last corner, if he can just touch the actual curb itself and not the sausage curb, he will put himself most probably up 13th.
I think he's not using his ERS. I think he's burning fuel to go properly. Now it looks like he's turned his ERS on because it's actually dropping. Because he's only on, like, unless he's only using hot lap during the straights.
I'm just on board with Colin. He looks like to invalidate as well.
Aiden Gray 36.9.
What's he on? Unfortunately, I don't think Colin's gonna have enough time to set another lap. I don't think.
How long's left of the session?
I can't see. There's all yellow flags. Last time I had a look, I'm not going to mention Colin what you just done there. Go online with Dylan.
I'm bored with him now, so the entire stream's just seen it.
Yeah. But that
as long as he doesn't impede anyone in doing it.
No, he didn't. It's clean. And Dylan, yeah, unfortunately, Dylan and Colin both have not. Oh wait, no, Dylan will. Dylan hasn't invalidated. Yep.
He's
nearly
just coming around the final corner now, and
that puts him first. There you go. That is there. That's you. That's what you just said. Pressure on the last lap. You know, it is nice to see drivers push themselves to the limit, especially when they got on. Yeah. I mean, commiserations to Colin. Unfortunately, will be starting at the back, so he will have.
Turn 1 can be chaos around Silverstone.
Yeah,
20 cars going into a flat-out corner on full tanks of fuel. He could pick up 2 or 3 positions by cars just dropping it around him.
Not even that. He can easily pick up about 5 positions on pit strategy.
Yeah, just put his car in the right place at turn 1 and...
go on.
Just put his car in the right place at turn 1 and cars around him get him involved in little love taps at turn 1. It could happen. Like, he could still pick up even if it's only a point, it's still now out of the question from where he is.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, you look at Friday, folks.
The thing he doesn't want though is a last 5 lap safety car. or a safety car in the
Yeah.
final 10 laps. That would
Yeah.
be the worst thing for him.
But like as I was gonna say, you look at Colby, you look at Luke, started 11th place on the hards. I believe he finished 4th place by 0.2 of a second.
Are we on about Silverstone or China?
Silverstone.
Yeah, because he also did something very similar in China.
And China as well.
And
Yeah, he
just
got
waited
second
for the
place in
rain to
China.
come. Just started on the hards and waited for the rain to come in China.
Yeah.
Evidently that won't work here if it's a dry race, but the point being, he just went deep into the race to wait for the switchover point.
Chloe asked the ultimate question: has Colin chose to start from the back as part of his strategy? Again, it could be. He could. That is going to be interesting to find out.
It might be one of those where he has just gone out to get a few laps in, to just get his eye in for the track, and then just wait for...
Yep.
I'm just going to scroll through who we've lost, so then Chloe can grab the screenshots for us, because that's what Chloe has done recently. So I do thank you for that already, Chloe. And hopefully that will help with me just going up and down the list. So I'll go back up in a sec and just finish at the top. Just give you enough time to grab the screenshots respectively. Also, as a Dutchie, the rain suits me. Yeah, that's true. Like, look at Verstappen in, what was it, Brazil 2016? Where he almost binned it and still managed to hold it. And then went from like P17 with like 12 laps to go to P3. And each and every move was a move on track. It was immense.
So I'm just trying to have a look. Colin Spencer, that I believe that is...
That is mechanical.
Yeah, so yeah, he's saying he's changed his strategy. So will he opt for a fresh... Well, he's got a fresh set of any tyre he chooses.
Yep.
You can, like I say, you can go for the hards and then do the last, probably...
But the thing is, if it's a full wet quali, so if Q2's wet, everybody's got free tyre choice in the race. So it makes no difference.
Look like it is raining.
Yeah, this is it though.
Fine rain though.
If Q2 is wet, and you set your fastest lap on wets, on inters, and it's dry enough for dries at the end, but you've done enough, like it dries up with like 3 minutes to go. And by the time cars get out the pits and round, do their out lap, and they miss the cut-off for the beginning of, well, the flying lap, they will still have free tyre choice.
Yeah.
Because they have not done a set, or done a lap on soft tyres. Well, on slicks. So, free tyre choice still. It's an interesting one to see what people will do, because you've got to think smart. As I say that, as like 13... 12 out of the 15 guys have come out straight away.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's a sign of the weather going to get worse or what.
I think it may be, it's either no, it's Dylan that's at the front of the pack.
Yep, I'm on board with Dylan now, seeing if he can...
Yeah, it looks like it's Dylan, Aiden Gray, I'm guessing Keyboard, and then one of the Astons, which I'm assuming will be Reggie. Reggie coming off the back of a great Hungary race.
Yeah, well, I mean...
it was China one, wasn't it? Yeah, it was China.
I mean, that's what I forgot to mention. I mean, one person who I am going to be keeping my eye out for is Kane Lowry. Resurfed on Friday, got a P2 out of it. So straight away, he's got confidence, you know. I know obviously there was a lot of stuff happened itself here, and a couple of cars spinning out. But to hang with a tier above you, you know, does put confidence in you. I mean, as well as he had T-Bag as well. He didn't do as well, but he still, I believe, he got top 15.
This is exactly it. Like, tier 3 is no longer a development tier. It very much is a standalone tier, and many of the drivers are fully capable of being in tier 2. It's just either tier 2 doesn't fit the days they can race, or the fact that we've already got so many guys that are there and there's no available seats. And if we move one out, then it will just create an unbalanced tier, because there won't be anyone to compete. There's a lot of variables that go into it, and At the moment, it's perfectly balanced. There's not really one runaway leader. Like, Keyboard has had a few great races, but also had a bad result here and there. Not due to his own fault and not due to the fault of anyone else. Not pinning a bad result on anyone there. It's just, it happens, it's racing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut you short there, because Dylan is coming through the final 3 or 4 corners with the double after coming in now.
Yeah, Stowe is the third to last corner. Then you've got Club, and I don't know what the final corner is called.
Call it a right-hander, that's what I'll call it.
Actually, no, Stowe is the fourth to final corner, because the final corner is...
He's done a 137 dead. And behind him is a McLaren Quarter Boy 137.3, so 3/10 splitting them up.
And then
Alvatori, oh no. So who's others in that Alvatori must have invalidated their lap?
It was Aiden Gray in the Red Bull.
Yeah. Oh no, there was a Saki in the Alpha who must have invalidated because he would have crossed the line after Aiden.
Oh, that's someone taking out the braking boards.
Yeah.
Which is going to annoy Gameful.
Yeah, the boards, I can't really say anything about that. I can't really comment on that.
Yeah, some of the tracks where it's the Rolex boards, I've spun through them, and my initial reaction has just been something against Rolex.
Yeah, I mean, on Friday, I mean, there's gonna cats come out the bat. I was letting way of a faster car coming down Hanger Straight. I've cut on the inside to make sure I'm not on the racing line, so he can still go on the inside. As I've cut over straight away into the 2 of the braking boards, unintentional, of course, but it's one of them things. It's
you're trying to get out of the way of someone, but you're also impeding other people by taking them out.
Exactly, yeah, and it's one of them things. It's you, like I said, at that time you don't really look around you. You're sort of right, you go off track here, make sure there's no, funny enough, believe it was Dylan just went past the 3 board, well the 2 boards, so I took out. But yeah, again,
it's just on a 37 flat and just put his name in there.
Bloody hell.
Front his into the ring.
400.
Saki's just put himself P5. Blue and Soul had a moment in Sector 2 because he's just found 10 seconds.
So next across the line, I will set a lap at the moment. No, he won't because he's going into pit with Ninja. So now we're on board for Osso.
Is it Osso, the next man across the line?
Yeah, don't want to jump on him for the ozone. As he comes along the final 2 corners. Flat out there. And as he comes to 137.4, yep, there we go.
And it looks like he's going again.
Yeah, but as you say, burning that excess fuel.
Yeah, I'm just going to jump on board with Blue and Soul because it looks like at the moment he's going to put himself up into P. It does improve by 12 seconds, but he jumped Teabag, and as he jumped Teabag, Kane Lowry went across the line with a quicker time. Sorry guys, I've just got a cough at the moment, so I do apologise for that throughout the duration of this session.
That's what I said. I'm surprised I haven't coughed yet. I did warn everyone, apologise in advance for if I cough, but touch wood, my cough's actually mild, settling down. Yeah. I mean, I am thinking, I'm just on board with Osso, so when Osso does get his first win, if it wasn't for copyrights on YouTube, I think we should play Ozone's famous song. I don't know can't remember what it's called. But again, I don't want to sing it, I don't want to sing it anyway, because
don't get
everyone in the,
don't get the stream taken down for copyright infringement.
Exactly, yeah.
Which has happened to me before. I've had music playing in the other room while I've been racing, and my headset's picked it up for like 20 seconds. Steady Henke's done a 36.7.
Also, Bosso lost it. That is not good.
Where is Bosso?
He literally on the final corner.
Oh no.
Yeah.
His
now.
front wing's still intact, so that's fine.
Yeah, but he has got the fuel, so I think that was his last lap of his fuel run. Go back into the pits, back out yet, but he's cutting off, so...
Yeah, I'm just on board with Teabag, as it looks like he's going again.
Dylan Gaming saying it's Tim here. With Tier 3 now...
Dylan Gaming is literally called Dylan. So
okay, he just no, because he said it's Tim.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, it threw me off, but yeah, and then, I don't want to butcher your name, I'm afraid. Is that Jurian? I don't really want to...
Yeah.
I don't want... Yeah.
I'm just going to call him Arsehole's mate.
Yes. Says, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Okay, Colin said that he might be asking if Paranoid's here. Is Tim here? Teddy Hankia is still leading with a 1:36.7.
Teabag's put himself P9 with a 37.7. So he's just picked Kane Lowry, Bark Randu, who's also on a 37.7. Also, Kane Lowry is on a 38 dead. Blue Soul 38.7. Raphael 1 39 dead. Ninja Sector 1 and Jackie is just coming through Sector 1 now. So why isn't... Oh yeah, Baby Dan's...
Baby Dan's, yeah, it's coming round to
just
end
finished
of Sector 1.
So Jackie will be the next man that's not set a lap across the lane. So
again, which, you know, as you say, you look at King Luckman and Teabag, 2 temps between them.
Yeah, between King Luckman and Bark, there's only, call it 3 temps.
Yeah.
So there's a nice McLaren-sized gap to fill there.
And Mr. Clayton saying, "Come on, Ferrari boys," as I like to call him. What was it I called him? Was it Stone Cold from Wish? I believe I called him. I wonder if he's there with his 2 beers, one in each hand.
Well, as he's not got work for the next like 2 weeks, I presume so. Like I'm off on. I've got a few days off this week. As Jackie's just put himself P5. What a lap!
It's on board with Ninja. Ninja has invalidated, and he's lost it the same place Osso did as well. So I mean, the track it looks like it's drying up. So I don't know if the intermediates are just lacking around there grip-wise.
Yeah, they're at that stage of the track drying out where it's just greasy. The inters will have grip, but not too much of
it's
it.
On the, on the power, getting the power down. And he's a battle against time for Ninja. He's got the fuel light on.
We always like to see Mercedes struggle, whether it's real life or in game. They're just a really Mercedes-ish team. It's the only way I can put it.
Well, I won't say Stone Cold. I'll say Mr. Stone Warm. Said that he's just got 1 beer at the moment.
Also is on another outlap, looking to improve to solidify his position inside the top 10 because he still is not guaranteed to go through.
Yeah, well, Quality Boy looks like he's just fighting for a better time as he comes round. There we go, 1:36.7. Yep.
Nope, set the exact same time as Teddy Henke.
Oh wow.
Okay, boys, you're not socially distanced there. We need to move you another 2. Like Omicron is now a thing. Like, can we like separate a little bit?
And here we go. Right, love a bit of chanting. Get Osso on the ball. We got "We love you, Osso." We do. From Ruben there.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his surname, so we're just going to stick to his arseholes mates.
I think the next movement may be moving into season 4. Maybe some CDR merch heading for the Osso Zone. I think you'll definitely, if you get a couple of tops with Osso, depending on what car he is.
Ozone hoodies.
Yeah, exactly. I reckon you'll have about six on pre-order before they even get listed. Hound saying it's dry for the race.
Arsehole's outlap was 11 seconds slower than his flying lap, so that just gives an indication of how treacherous it is still.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take a flick through. Bark is on a lap, he's just in sector 1. Kane Lowry is also on a lap, he's just ahead of Bark. And Blue and Salt is also in sector 1. Ninja is in the pit, so he's called it a day. So I'll jump on board with Bark, Kane Lowry, Bark, Blue and Soul, and then back to Osso.
I'll stay on board with Osso. Jacket's out, but he's got his low fuel.
Yeah, he might have just fueled up enough to do one run because it's drying up.
So yeah, next across the line will be Kane Lowry, as you said.
Yeah, as he's just through Maggots and Beckett's now. As he comes onto the grass, that's a wide line, but kept it intact. Does a purple middle sector and finds half a second in that middle sector.
Wow.
So just through Stoll, which in the dry it's just brake, turn in, floor it. Saki has decided to retire. That could prove troublesome for him.
I'm on board with Osso as he comes up to where he previously spun it.
Kane Lowry is just... He's improved, but not moved himself up.
Bark
has improved, though. Bark Bandu has improved and put himself into P9.
Hasn't. And I believe the last one across the line will be a Ferrari or Blues and Blue and Soul.
Yeah, as he puts himself P30.
He 1:37.988.
But Kane Lowry and also made it through with enough time to do another lap.
Ah, okay.
They made it through with a few seconds to go each. That's why, and Teabag is also on a lap. Teabag is in sector 2, just coming towards Maggots and Beckett's. So it all falls on these 4 guys. So Kane Lowry, Teabag, Bark, and Osso are the final men to do laps. Like Osso at this point is still not safe.
No, it depends on how
Bark does, and Kane Lowry and Teabag. So because he's in P7, so he could drop. As I say that, Teabag has entered the pits instead of doing his lap.
Yeah, so I'm on board with Kane Lowry. It's coming through.
It doesn't look like it's got to be a quicker lap because he's got 15
No, he's
seconds.
invalidated.
Yeah. Oh, what?
So it's...
Okay. That's a choice.
All eyes on Raphael 1. Can he bring it upset? No, he's gone to the pits. So Blue Soul and you is coming round again. Can he improve? No, he's gonna check a flag.
Yeah, he took the flag on his last lap. So
that's it. That brings an end. So we will be saying goodbye to Teabag, Kane Lowry, Blue and you, Raphael and
Blue and Soul.
Blue and Soul. I don't know why I read it as Blue and you.
Because you're a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
Then it's Raphael and Ninja, who unfortunately didn't manage to set a time. I'm just wondering if Q3 is going to be dry as the race is going to be dry.
Well, we've got Irish Dan and Big Dan in the comments saying dry race cool. Let's go Kane and Blue.
From P12 and 13, they're going to have a challenge on the hands to actually get into decent point scoring positions, but we've seen more impossible things happen over the course of this season already. Like, bearing in mind, this is only round 4 of 16. So we've still got, like, we're done for 2 weeks for Christmas after today, and then we come back for round 5, which I believe is
Portugal.
Yeah, round 5 is Portugal, and if my maths serve me correct, it is the 7th of January that we're back. Yeah, it is, because next weekend is Christmas, then the week after is New Year. So yeah, we will be back on the 7th of January. with Tier 1 and 2, and then the 9th we will be back for Tier 3 for Portugal. So there is a little bit of a gap between us, but we do have the Christmas socials, and one of us may be nice enough to jump into the comments box instead of racing and keep our viewership happy with their weekly content of CDR, as the Christmas socials are booked in for Wednesday the 22nd at 8:30 GMT, Wednesday the 29th at 8:30 GMT, and Sunday the 2nd at 8:30 GMT. So if one of us decides that we'll jump onto comms just to, you know, keep our fan base happy, then those are the times that you'll be looking out for. Clayton, also fan club in full force. Saki's opted for the softs.
Yeah, it does look dry. I can't see no rain on my screen.
Yeah, this may be he sat there with the softs fitted, just waiting for the telemetry to, like, go in favour of the softs.
Yes, yeah.
As nobody, there we go. That is a
out,
Red Bull on its way out the pits, and I'm not sure
that's
who it is.
Aiden. Only one Red Bull today.
Reggie's also on his way out the pits. Reggie's out the pits. So guys, anybody watching along at home, who's your bets for pole? May as well get you involved in this, as, you know, gives us something to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be looking at keyboard. I reckon I'm gonna say keyboard or Dylan.
You can't count out Teddy Henke.
I was about to say followed by Teddy Henke. They are gonna be.
They're meant to be.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just on board with Reggie because, as I say, he's opted for the Inters. So for me, it's sort of, what is he gonna do? I mean, the car seems to be handling well, and then as well as jumping on with Bart Bandu on the sauce, who looks a bit struggling.
This is it. They may have come out on the Inters just to get a feel for the track to see if it's worth throwing on a set of softs. They may dive into the pits before their outright finishes. Like, at the end of the day, it's all just thinking smart and moving even smarter.
There you go. Question for you. You probably will probably know. Do odds start left or right on the grid? I'm pretty sure.
Odds are on the outside, evens are on the inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I started P9th and I was on the.
So the only time an even will start on the inside, well, on the outside, is an anti-clockwise track. So Abu Dhabi, Baku, Brazil, and there's one more.
Yeah, so to cut you short,
Singapore.
First prediction is from Clay, saying that Henke for pole, closely followed by Quirty. Dylan saying with me mentioning him that he's quite flattered. But again, this is the thing. Like I say, this is where setups come into play. Those who did make adjustments to try and get a better quali lap, now the track looks like it's come to a full dry. Will they struggle? Obviously, we don't know what setups everyone done. Teddy Henke, Dylan, and keyboard they may have adjusted ride heights, rear wing. I mean, a lot of it you can just go on differential. But yeah, we are going to see.
Thing. Some of them may have adjusted the diffs and the front wings for the wet quali. Both of which are things that you can change back.
Yeah, part firmware will allow you to.
At the beginning of the race, before the race starts. So if you've got your setup saved previously, you can just go on and load it as long as it's the same setup. That doesn't make a difference. Oh, keyboard's retired. Keyboard's dropped it.
Okay,
that's
well,
on that's on the exit of Beckett's.
And Bartman Deuce lost it as well.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. But no, Bart just for some reason took a weird line through there. I'm not quite sure what was going on, but I'm just going to see where Keyboard's actually dropped this. Because he's still stuck on the track. Oh! Right in the middle of the track. That ain't good.
Yeah. What man do? So next is actually set first. So first to set a lap. It looks like it's going to be King Luckman on the softs. But Mandu front, obviously, as we know, he's
King Luckman on my screen apparently still has the Inters fitted on his fitted telemetry, but on his car it says softs. Like he's got soft tyres fitted.
It's weird, and then it looks like Teddy Hankey or Dylan followed. So he's done a 132. Ooh. So next he followed is Teddy Hankey, but he's on the out lap. So then it looks like Jackie will be next as he comes down. I believe that is coming up to Cops. I believe.
It's coming down to Stowe.
Stowe, there we go. Again, still trying to get, like I say, for me, my cornering mate isn't the names. I'm not used to the names as of yet. It's just coming up to the DRS straight, and after that, it's hard to tell you where I am on track.
I have a thing for corner names. Like I like to know what corner I'm at on each track.
So a 132 there.
143 for Jackie.
A 131 for Aiden.
Jackie's just dropped it in turn one.
So it looks like Bartman do know he's invalidated. So is that an Alpine? Yes, it is of King Luckman who's invalidated. So then we go back on board with Teddy Hankey.
It looks like Saki is the next man, unless it is Teddy Hankey.
No, Teddy Hankey, followed by Reggie.
And Saki. That's a solid line through there, and does a purple middle sector. So yeah, the track is starting to rubber in and get quicker and quicker. Yeah. At this point, you want to be one of the last people through on a flying lap, but you want to give yourself enough time in case you make a mistake.
The good thing is, though, is they have got full arsenal of soft tyres to take for the advantage.
Their entire tyre choice is just free reign at this point.
And
Teddy Hankey puts himself
131.
Yeah, when we were discussing potential pole candidates, we completely forgot about Aiden Gray, who has found a decent turn of pace recently.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the party chat while they were doing their practice. He was setting some flying laps. I think it might have been him and Dylan. I mean, actually, new names for me since I've been in Tier 3. It might have been him and Dylan having a battle of anything you can do, I can do better, beating each other's. Or no, then there's Saki. 131. I mean, who's going to be? I think when we were.
And he's
yep, and he's off, and there we go.
And he's out.
Bless you. Yes. All that hard work, unfortunately, will put him at the back.
Not unless anyone doesn't beat that time, because Keyboard did the same thing a few races ago. I think it was China, and actually managed to still qualify pole.
Alright, so we are still awaiting for Dylan. Dylan is coming out the pits, I believe.
Reggie's on an invalidated lap. I think Teddy Hankey's the next man on a lap. Yeah, he is, and he's 1.1 seconds up.
What I hate is after every qualifying you gotta forget to turn on your the telemetry and lap data.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teddy 129.
29.9.
First to beat the 130 mark. I mean, but I'm looking on your screen. There is a couple of rain droplets, so
it could still be getting wetter.
Yeah.
The rain is always a possibility. I think also why Arso's come into the pits, he went out on Inters.
Yeah.
He's also done a lap that's 8.5 minutes long.
Yeah, Inters strange choice there. Yes, yeah, Colin picked up. Sorry, I took my eye off the
comments for a minute.
Comments. Yeah, Colin picked up straight away.
Reggie's just purple sector 1. Reggie's also another one that's found a decent turn of pace. It would be nice, like as it's Silverstone, it would be nice to see Williams and Aston Martin like lock out the volume or the front row. But we're commentators and we can't have any bias towards our own teams
yeah,
as
well,
strength
country.
instructors. As I race under the Israel flag, the only time I can be biased towards my own country is if it was like Red Nisani driving, and he's just purple in the middle sector.
So he is on. So what will he do? I mean, it looks like an Alpine behind him, or King Luckman. I don't know if he's trying to get a bit of slipstream, but I think he's too far ahead. Yeah, he's way behind.
Too far behind. Like, yeah, this is going to be a savage lap. I think this is going to be a 28. 29 dead. So he found almost quicker. Almost a second. King Luckman's just gone across the line to start his flying lap. So yeah, the track's gone from damp to dry pretty much immediately.
So next across the line will be Barkmandu. So he comes through Maggott and Beckett's onto coming up to Stowe.
And gets a purple middle sector.
Purple, yeah.
I'm not sure if these are genuine purple sectors or if they're personal best purples, because the game doesn't tell us, as it can be once. Like, we can be out on track on a Friday night and we'll get like a purple first and second sector and then qualify a P4.
And as he comes without a nice line through there, 130. Yeah, 134. So next, as I say, will be my pick. Dylan, as he comes through the last few corners.
Yep, comfortable line through the final couple of corners.
Cutting it a little bit there, and there we go, 127.
Jesus.
That's my pick. Well, one of my picks. Oh no! It's wow. Saved by the gravel.
Ooh.
That is making the best of the gravel.
I'm gonna say that seat is no longer carbon fiber.
No. My favourite saying it was definitely a bit of squeaky bum time for Dylan there. And
that's the PG version of that comment. Yeah. As King Luckman's just invalidated on his flying lap. Aidan Gray is 2 seconds in the green through sector 2, so he's having a decent qualifying. Puts himself P2, 28.1. So only 2 tenths behind. If he's got enough fuel in that car, could go again.
And it looks like he is.
Jackie is currently sideways. That looks like he's waiting for people to move out of his way. And yeah, he's had a moment in my... Where does he drop that? He's dropped it in the run down to turn 3.
Yep. Now, again, I don't know if there's a purple sector or not. Update for the Ozone fan if that also did set that purple sector 1.
We'll run on board with sector 2 just to double check, because if it's genuine purple 1, it'll be a genuine purple sector 2.
Yeah.
Takes a decent line through cops, doesn't run out wide, which it is very easy to do there. You've got to lift and turn at the right time.
Oh, that was so close to invalidating through Maggott and Beckett's. But that is a nice line through Maggott and Beckett's.
That's a purple middle sector, so this could be pole.
Oh, yes.
If he gets pole, then the ozone is just gonna lift
I'm
into
waiting for the comment. I am waiting for the common sector to blow up. As long as he avoids that sausage goal, he's got a bit wide there.
It looks like he just squared it off for a better run.
Yeah. And now we're 128.4, so that is
That's Aidan Gray's just done a 27.6, so he's just pipped.
So next one to cross the line will
Jackie's missing a front wing, so
Teddy Henke. Done a 129, best time's a 129.4, but why is he not telling me what?
Because he's crossed the line. That was his best time.
Oh, that is. So there we go. So that is it.
So we can tell the ones that ran wet setups compared to dry setups, just based in the performance difference.
That is exactly what I was talking about. You know, it's like I say, it's strategy. It's if you go with a dry setup, can you keep it through the wet?
And just try and get through, like just squeeze through each quality section until it gets dry.
Doing a bare minimal. And there we go, yep, Bosso, there we go, got Osso. Nice P3 and good job.
So, I'm just trying to work this out. Red Bull is built in England, it's built in Milton Keynes, so British built pole. Alfa Romeo is Swiss based because it's Sauber. Even though it's an Italian company, it's a Swiss
and also
team.
Bosso in the Williams.
In P3, which is Brackley, which is Midlands.
And this is where they, you know, the mindset change of the drivers now. It's you've got your place, you know where you're starting, or what can you do?
Aiden in the tier chat, that was a peng lap.
Not pen tinkled Madison, it's pen tinkled Aiden.
No.
Yeah, it's got to be done, mate. It's got to be done.
Yeah, Scott, you're barred from doing comms again after that comment.
I could say jump in Addison Lee or jump in the Red Bull with me.
He is in a Red Bull.
There we go, exactly.
So yeah, the top 10 is as follows: Aiden, Dylan, Osso, Jackie, Reggie, King Lockman, Bart Kandu, Teddy Henke, Saki, and Keyboard. So decent qualifying performance there from each of those 10 guys. Obviously Keyboard, unfortunate dropping it as early as he did. Saki dropped it and DNF'd before the track would truly rub it in, so he didn't get the full effects of the track evolution. But
and I believe I saw as well, I think only 2 or 3 cars made the most of their softs. I think it was only 2 cars that used 2 sets of softs, which
so some of them went for an early run and then went into the pits, part of a fresh set, and came back.
Do you think it? No, you actually you get 4 sets of soft, if I'm correct. 4
and a
sets.
Set of mediums.
One gets returned, so they should theoretically. No, isn't it that with the?
Do you want me to explain the tyre rule to you?
You go ahead, yeah.
Alright, so your Q1 set is a race set if it's used, but it will be like your final set of race tyres. So if you've burnt through your allocation, the set of tyres you use in Q1 will be the final set of tyres you use. Your Q2 set, if it's a dry quali, then it's the set that you start the race on. Your Q3 set is returned back to Pirelli in real life, is returned back to Pirelli and cannot be used. So it is just a free set.
Sorry to cut you short there, and it's
Formation lap.
red light. For formation lap is on today.
Oh wait, no,
it's not. No, it's that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
Dylan goes up on the inside of Aiden.
That is a lot of cars into turn 1, and that is a lot of cars going everywhere. That looked like a Haas spinning there.
Yeah,
but it
I'm
looks
on
like,
board.
oh yeah, that is a couple of cars
them
further down going simultaneously sliding round.
I'm actually on board with Colin, as I said. He's
up to P16 and gone for the hards.
Yeah, so he's might have took a leaf out of Colpy. About 21 laps on the hards.
Yeah, it was a hards that went sliding round, by the way.
Yeah, there were 2 of them. Yeah, I believe there was 2 that went.
Yeah, it was Raphael that went round, and who was in the other hards.
Ninja coming up to Cops on the inside, but yields to QWERTY.
That's smart. Box smart early doors. The thing is, lap 1 is frantic. It's just, and he's on the softer tyre, so that's interesting. Let's actually take a look to see who's picked which tyre. So Aiden Gray's gone for softs, Jackie's mediums, Osso's mediums, Reggie's softs, Dylan's mediums, King Lockman medium, Bart went for the softs, Teddy medium, QT keyboard mediums, Ninja softs, as Ninja's just about managed to keep his nose intact there. Teabag also went for softs, Kane Lowry's on the softs, Saki went for the mediums, Hound went for the softs, and he's just made a move.
Yeah, I was watching that. Their three-way was a three-way battle between Kane Lowry, Saki, and the Hound.
Yeah, Blue Soul has gone for the mediums, Gainful went for the softs, and Mechanical obviously gone for the hards, starting from the back with that pre-existing penalty coming into the race. AP Margs has gone for the softs, and Raphael has also gone for the softs, as Raphael has just made light work of Margs.
Reggie and also Bosso are having a battle. Reggie looking at the enabling ERS on the split stream. Looks like it's going to be going on the inside
So
and cops, and he's.
That's smart by both guys. They gave more than enough room. Also gave enough room on the apex to get the better drive out the corner, and Reggie didn't bother fighting it too much on the way back.
That
it has let Dylan like close
on the back.
Right up.
Ninja with the first penalty of the day.
Oh,
Reggie's going up on the inside. Freeway battle, 3 wide, I believe.
3 wide into Stowe. No, that's brave.
That is a lovely
drive. Dylan has actually come out on top of that. How has Dylan... That is brave. I'll give him his due.
Unfortunately, that puts Osso down into 5th, so we lost two places, both losing out to Reggie and Dylan.
Yeah, but he will have DRS on the next DRS zone. But he's also got King Luckman for company in the Alpine behind him. Keyboard is up to P8 and will have DRS in the next DRS zone. Doesn't even wait for the DRS zone, just gets straight past anyway. So he'll... Oh, as I say that, Barker's just tried to go back up his inside. But he's also got Teddy Henke for company, who's had a moment on the curb. Picked up a penalty and spun at the same time, simultaneously. Okay, there's a lot going on right now, so sorry guys, I'm just trying to find something that we can focus on for a few minutes. It looks like Hound is going to have DRS on Kane Lowry in the next DRS zone. So I'm riding on board with Hound because he may get to witness an overtake from a different POV. As he's also got Saki for company.
Yeah. I'm on board with that now.
Yep, Saki sending that. Nope, not close enough.
That's the thing with this track itself.
This DRS train, yeah.
Yeah. Kane Teabag just had a battle with Kane Lowry. Teabag did get the better of that.
Yep, and Hound just went to send it up his inside and a little bit of a love tap, but nothing major. So, I think Saki's just chilling in behind here, just waiting for one of them to make a mistake that will cause 3 cars, and that's a Haas round. Is that Raphael? It was Raphael. Wherever Raphael is on track, might want to pick. There we go. He's dropped it at turn 1. Penalties already start to come into effect.
Yeah. Ninja, 6 seconds already.
Yeah, at this rate, he will be disqualified by like lap 16.
Well, I mean, that's it. I'm just going up and down the field.
Still on board with this Hound battle. There's 4 of them within DRS of each other. And Kane Lowry is at the beginning of the front of this, so he could be under threat of a dual DRS overtake here.
I'm watching a battle for 3rd place, Reggie and Dylan. Reggie's got DRS, he goes on the inside and he holds it, and Dylan is coming back on the outside. So
respectful
Dylan
driving there.
Place. Yeah, like I say, this is a track where you don't want to be stupid. You know, yielding does come a lot. You know, you can lose a place round corner, get to the DRS, gain it back.
Yeah.
There's a lot of push and shove when it comes to that. You know, it's when you get 2 drivers. You know, I mean, not to drop names, but like myself and you, I could see us if we race around here, probably spinning every corner.
Yeah, like we would undoubtedly have a coming together because both of us would refuse to yield. But actually, saying that, no, last season we were side by side going into cops, and both of us backed out simultaneously.
Yeah, no, I think the best one of me and you was, I believe, Canada, the Wall of Champions.
Yes.
Somehow too wide from entry to exit somehow.
And neither of us ended up in the wall.
Yeah. Oh, and Reggie looks like he's gonna have No, he's gonna back out into Maggots and Beckett's, doing a smart thing, probably waiting for DRS.
The DRS, yep. He's just dropped off to before the detection zone. So let Dylan be at the front of this DRS train.
Now the issue is like I say, it's tyre wear as well. Oh, who's that? That is
King Lockman getting himself involved. That didn't work out for Reggie. Reggie lost 2 positions there. So well done to King Luckman for making a smart play there. But he is also almost out of ERS already. He's down to 19% with 20 laps to go. So that could be problematic for future on race. Teddy Henke picking up a penalty.
So yeah, penalty wise already, I mean 6 laps in, you got Dylan on 6, Barkmandu on 3, Ninja on 6, Teddy Henke, that penalty there puts him up to 6 as well. And they're 6 laps in. I mean, and Teddy Henke does make a move on Colin. But again, as I say, Colin, he is
boxing smart and just going for the long game.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Colin himself, looking at the time difference, there is a 15 seconds.
Oh, so Dylan's gone. Dylan's dropped it.
Oh, and that was Colin nearly in the back of Teddy Henke. I don't know if he picked up damage
there.
Yeah,
he got a penalty for it. I did catch that on the stream, and I feel like that wasn't actually his fault.
No, neither.
The safety car came out and Teddy Henke stamped on the brakes in front of him. Not saying that is what happened, I'm just saying that's what it looked like.
It looked like, yeah. Now the issue is, has Colin got the damage though?
Evidently it can be.
I can see he's still got his L pods and side pods. Yeah, I mean,
it looks like I think it was literally a bump. I don't think it was enough to break anything. But now the soft runners, this benefits the soft runners. They can come in.
Yeah.
Actually, if I was Colin now, I would come in and put on a set of mediums and just go to the end. Oh, that's people picking up 5 seconds left, right and centre for speeding in the pit lane.
And that's like I said, Ninja up to 11 seconds. See, that's exactly what I said.
No, Colin staying out. Colin stayed out.
Yep. No, see, this will benefit Colin because he will have faster cars on faster tyres behind him. However, unless your tyre pressures are set up accurate, your front left will just kill.
Yeah, it would just scream in pain after like 6, 7.
And all Colin has to do is just hold him up.
Just hold his ERS stable and just stay within DRS of the car ahead. Yeah.
And that will be his race. I mean, I'm looking at the moment. Colin is to the leader there. Colin will be actually finishing. I know obviously this is a safety car, isn't it? Yeah. But unfortunately, I'm going to say Colin actually has made his way up to about P13th, P12th. But unfortunately, the safety car will reset all that.
Yeah.
Ninja, 11 seconds. He is 6 seconds off my penalty. So 2 more corner cuts and he's on par with me.
When I first moved over to the wheel from the pad, I will have absolutely no shame in admitting this. I was a penalty, like track limit penalty merchant. It's still not any better these days. I think I did Hungary with none, and I did China with none. Which both tracks aren't particularly easy to get away with no penalties. But I did a 25% race around France and got disqualified due to penalties when I first moved over to the wheel.
That's just Kieran being Kieran. But yeah, sorry to cut you short there. Clay's corrected you. He's saying that this will benefit medium runners and not the softs. Yeah, again, I agree with that because the medium runners can stay out, pick up a couple of positions. As I said, I mean, as you want to say it, the black sheep in this is, again, Colin, only one out on hards. Trying to keeping his tyres warm. So yeah, this will be interesting to see how he picks. I mean, if you have a look, Aiden's behind him.
On board with Blue and Soul during the safety car in case he decides to gain like 5 positions, please.
Yeah, I'll watch him. Yep. Yeah, now I'll have a look through here then. Details, tyres. So as we have a look tyre-wise, top 3: Jackie, Keyboard and also and Bach on mediums on 7 lap. Bartman yet to pit on the softs. I don't know if that's great because he's got about maybe an extra lap with the safety car, probably 4 laps before them tyres are dead. And again, Saki, Blue and Teddy on mediums with 7 laps, Colin on hards with 7, Aiden on the mediums with 0, Marge, I don't know what's happened to him, 10th, 7 lap the old softs.
Marge had a little bit of contact on lap 1 and ended up round the wrong way. He was the car spinning that I'd noticed at the beginning. Same with Raphael, both of them got some sort of love tap at turn 1 and both of them spun out simultaneously. They might have bumped each other.
Now this is interesting. I'm looking at the tyres. King, Lockman, Ninja and Gainful all pitted for the hards.
Unless the game's telling them the mediums can't go 20 laps, which at this point, you'd assume they could. 7 laps in.
I mean, like I said, I think my strategy was 7 laps on the, well, I think I pitted 9 laps, I stretched the softs.
I guess I have one question, how did that end for you?
Penalties didn't help. I would have finished P7th, starting from 9th, I believe. I would have finished about 6th or 7th.
Yep, right. McLaren's in P1 and 2.
Yes. And also still got on his 3rd place. Dan says that I hope the safety car goes in and doesn't stay on track like Friday. Obviously that must have been a tier 1, completely different. Unfortunately didn't manage to catch that. But the safety car is in now and they are racing. So Blues will stay.
That is a solid safety car restart. Like, why did everyone seem to just fall off under the restart? Like, there was nobody with the McLarens.
Reggie picked up a penalty, so that puts him on 3 as well.
If the McLaren boys actually box smart here, Keyboard is evidently quicker as he's made his way through the field. No disrespect to Jackie here.
Yeah,
they could use Keyboard to hold up the rest while Jackie gets that little bit of a gap. But I don't think that is going to be the case. I think Keyboard's just going to take him and then just drive off into the distance. Like, all they need to do is just keep pushing together, and a 1-2 is firmly in the bag.
I'm just on board with Aiden and Colin. Just seeing how Colin plays this. He's got Aiden on fresh tyres behind him. Looks to go for the defensive line to himself. And they go through ERS. I would imagine that Aiden will be on his gearbox through here. They both have ERS, But again, this is the thing. All Colin has to do is make sure that he's on a racing line through the corner side. He's going up the inside of Colin out, he yields it.
Again, there you go, Dan, there's the tyre status. Dan just commented saying tyre status might be helpful, guys. There you go.
I did go through the tyre status after everyone pitted, if you didn't catch that. But then I ain't got control of that. Oh, Aiden.
That was...
Who was that?
Who was that?
I don't know. Blue and you know. What's it?
I think it was Blue and someone, Baby Dan.
Yeah, might have been Baby Dan.
No. No.
I don't know.
That was... Yeah, it was Blue and Soul for sure, because he's got no front wing.
Well, good thing is that if you've got no wing, that is one car Colin won't have to worry about with his penalty. As I understand, Colin is just holding Aiden back, making him wear his tyres out in the process. But this could actually be promising for Colin.
Use the hard tyres, just keep the car behind. Frustrate them, make them take life out the tyres unnecessarily.
Well, it's not just that this track here. I mean, you get frustrated round here. You try and accelerate too far of a corner. That could eat you into next year. You
mean like that with Ninja dropping it?
Yeah, exactly. And is
that's
that another
be a safety car? That's a VSC. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It looked like cops. Nope, Beckett's just dropped it on the exit, but that benefits Blue and Soul, who can get into the pits and get a new front wing under the VSC.
Oh.
All he's got to do is actually make stall.
Quality Boy, 5 seconds with Jackie. Oh, Mercedes have come together. And I think Quality Boy, McLaren, sorry, and I think Quality Boy has got damage. Yeah, he's lost one of his side, his L plates.
His M plate.
M plate, there we go. So that's a 10 and a 5 second for both of them.
One of them will request that off. As also just got the jump on keyboard.
Marge has got a drive through. It's not good for my Mercedes.
Saki Beanie has just
Colin has dropped 2 places by Aiden and Reggie.
Yeah,
but
so
again,
Mercedes AP Margs has got a drive through, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, got a drive through, and one of the other Mercedes is out.
So there is only 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 cars without penalty. And that is also Bosso, Aiden.
Oh, Jackie's got 10 seconds worth of penalties.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, they've got 10 and 5.
So unless that was a double coming together, like, I'm not quite sure what happened there. But Bark Van Du's now up into P2. Also is down into P3, but also not got any penalties.
I'm just watching Kane Lowry on March, and Lovely goes on the inside. And
Hound even made his way through past Marge there. So Hound up into P10. Kane Lowry. Kane Lowry is actually going to jump a whole bunch of positions at the next round of pit stops.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there because King Lowry went on the inside. I guess Marge went wide, and Marge is dropping places in 12th.
Yeah, that's no idea what's going on there, unless he's just not battling because he knows he's got that drive through and he doesn't want to hold anyone up.
See that's where different. If I've got the drive through, I mean, honourable thing would be to let cars pass, but then you put them at advantage. You know, it's because they can go half a tenth to a second ahead of you.
Yeah, Keyboard is coming out of the pits now, and I'm just going to pop back on what tyres he's put on. He's put on a fresh set of softs to go to the end. That's a odd choice, but
yeah.
Do you want to pull up what tyres he's been on so far?
Yeah, I'll have a look on the race.
It may have been the fact that might have been the only tyre that he could have gone on to.
So who am I looking at, sorry? I'm looking at...
QWERTY.
Keyboard. No, so he's only just got... Yeah, so he's just got medium hard.
Yeah, medium hard. Yeah, he needed another compound and the softs would have died before the end. So he's taken the hards to go to the end. But bear in mind, a few ahead of him may have to pit again.
I see, that is good news.
We know that Mechanical needs to pit.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking at the time difference. So he, at this point, he will be 14th. So he'll get that one. No, he'll be 15th. No, well, Marge is saying he's drive-through. So yeah, he will probably be 14th as it stands, but he still has to pit. So at the moment, even being in 6th place, he's fighting for a point.
Yeah.
Which I'll be honest, going in 25 seconds worth of penalty. I'd happily take a point all day long. And Aiden's got a 3 seconds.
Yeah,
so now
Clayton's just said that Osso is looking in prime position for the win here, which if he can keep the penalties free and stay in touch of the leaders, then definitely looking in prime position.
He's 8 seconds, well 8.2 off first place and 1.2 now off Saki.
Yeah, but everybody around him has got penalties.
But that is if Aiden...
Oh, that's... I'm guessing that's Blue and Soul that's dropped it in the final set.
Oh, and he's yielded to Reggie as well, so now also is in 5th because of the commentator there.
Yeah, but Saki Beanie's just picked up another penalty, and the 2 cars ahead of him have penalties.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll go through the penalties again. 10 seconds for Jackie.
Oh, that's a Red Bull going off.
That's Aiden.
That was Aiden Gray, and he's got no front wing.
Oh, see, and again, this could benefit Colin.
Oh, that's a wheel-to-wheel bump. You don't want that there when you've got no front wing. As Kane Lowry's just had to stamp on the brakes to avoid an unghosted Aiden Gray.
Yep, and that puts Raphael on the back of him.
Yeah. That
yeah,
was good driving from Kane Lowry to avoid going straight into the back of him there.
So as I said, I'll go for the penalties again. Jackie, 10 seconds. That currently will put him in 3rd place as it stands. Sorry, Jackie in a Mercedes, because his McLaren is going to be confusing sounding. So we've got Jackie, McLaren, 10 seconds. Saki, 6 seconds. Reggie, 3 seconds. Colin with the 5 seconds. But again, like I said, that will be probably a report to try and get that removed. Teabags picked up 5 seconds. Hounds got 8. Then we got clear with King Luckman and King Lowry, Raphael and Gainful with none. Oh no, Gainful's picked up 3 seconds. Aiden with 3. Marge, Quality Boy, no penalties. Teddy Hankey with 9.
Aiden Grace just picked up 5 for corner cutting.
So that has put him at 8.
Aiden Gray's race has gone from fantastic to down from pole to P14. So
well, even how long would you say the pit stop is? 20 seconds? 23 seconds?
Given the length of the pit lane here, it is actually about 30 seconds long.
Okay, well this is going to be interesting.
Including the actual time in the box. Like, from entering pit lane to leaving pit lane, it's about 30 seconds.
Then that means that if Colin can keep this pace up, that puts him down in...
about P14. P13, P14.
12. That'll put him in 12.
11. 11, because Keyboard is currently 33 seconds behind Jackie.
And not just that, Gameful is 22. He will,
But bearing in mind, he would have 25 seconds added onto his time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the 25 seconds will put him behind
Keyboard
Gameful.
if it finished as it stands. So we won't work out the penalties. We'll just go with it when it's done at the end. So bear with me a sec. I just got the little beep through my headset telling me my headset was dying, so I just had to plug it in.
Aiden up on the inside of Marge. That was...
Was that through cops?
That was, honestly...
Or was that... No, that was turn 1.
Turn 1... Yeah, also I was looking at the wrong car on the map, but yeah, that overtake there, well, undertake should I say, because it's on the inside. Honestly, Rizzler paper thin between the 2 tyres. he full on send that. That to me, I mean, we don't really do it here. We could start doing it, we never know, but that to me was overtake of the day. Even with 10 laps to go, over that there was
full commitment.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say something, but I don't know if it would actually be PG friendly or not.
That is why I cut across and just said full commitment. That is also in the pits.
Mechanical is up to 4th place now.
Yeah, and he's actually holding his own against. He's actually gaining on the car ahead.
This is what I'm saying. I mean, if I have a look at the tyres, I mean, yeah, so 8 laps, so the cars ahead have still. I mean, ooh.
Is Colin aiming to get into soft territory within the next couple of laps? Will we see him box?
I would say he's got 4 laps left of the hards. To be safe.
I'm gonna go with he'll pit on lap 18 and just use those softs as quali lap every lap. It wouldn't surprise me if we see him take fastest lap of the race.
Well, only ones to have not pit is Jackie, Saki, and Colin.
So the top 3 of the top 4 at the moment need to box.
Yeah,
Reggie is made him move past Hound again, who's actually having a solid race himself. He's up 10 positions. So let's jump back onto the tyres and see what lap. Yeah, Mechanical definitely needs to stop. He hasn't made his mandatory stop yet.
Well, this is what I'm saying. There's 10 laps left. Is Reggie going to push the mediums to do 18 laps?
Okay, I'm not sure what they did to that Ferrari during Kane Lowry's pit stop, but they seem to have added rocket fuel to it. He's just made 2 overtakes in 1 lap.
I mean, I'm going to let everyone that's watching on the stream let him on the inside. When I went on my mediums, when the mediums should supposedly be dead, I was setting faster laps than what I was.
This is it. They go through a window if they rub it out, and then a few laps later they come in. Margs has been disqualified for being parked in a dangerous position. which that looks like, yeah, he's crashed in the pit lane. And as he's tried to spin round, it's disqualified him.
Now, will that bring out the safety car?
No, it won't, because it was in the pit lane.
Oh, and Hound went on about with Hound spun it. I think he had contact with King Luckman there.
But he's still in P7, still got his front wing intact. So as long as he just keeps a calm head underneath that lid, then he should be alright.
I'm just watching, I'm just trying to figure out, because Colin is 1 second away, so from Reggie, Colin could go.
Apparently the mediums will do 18 laps. So anybody that has had mediums on and put them on under that safety car, they will be at their limit come end of race.
Yeah, which will be Reggie, Kane Lowry, Raphael and Hound.
Yep, Kane Lowry is going to the end on those tyres now.
Thing is, I'm just watching the time between Colin, and Colin has caught up 2/10 onto Reggie.
Yeah, Kane Lowry, fastest lap. Those mediums are coming into their own now. So Reggie will be able to go to the end. Reggie may actually be looking at second win of the season.
I don't know, because this is the thing, he will get, but like I said, that'll be provisional race results. You got to remember, Colin will appeal his 5 seconds for that. Yeah. Which will put him, well, again, technically he would have won the race, but have done 25 seconds, will drop him down to probably, maybe he might even be lucky and get top 10 if he can do quality lap every lap on them softs. He will be looking at top 10.
Include when he comes out of the pits, he will be P9, and then he will drop down to P13.
The only issue
if
as
he
well,
pits
he's got an extra.
Now.
The only issue as well is he's got that 5 seconds to serve, so he might actually.
Yeah, he will drop that even further, but yeah, he will drop down to P14 if that's the case, which still 2 points at this stage. Mate, I'm pretty sure he would have taken that. And cars around him getting more and more penalties.
Yep, and that's exactly what he wants to hear.
Yep.
If I go on penalties now, I mean, yeah.
Ooh.
So
he is actually, yeah, he's closing up on Reggie.
Yeah,
Reggie.
The lap.
Dan's in the comments saying, "Come on, Kane, lad." So, Dan, you shouldn't have favoritism. Like, you shouldn't have favorites while watching the streams.
No, I think it's just for the benefit of Ferrari.
Yeah,
that's it. You know, manufacturers coming together. I mean,
while I'm on comms, I can't have any bias, which is unfortunate. Yeah. But Saki's just on fastest lap, so they're chilling in the low 130s. So there is possibility to go further and quicker.
If all goes well, fastest lap theoretically should be Colin. He's the only one.
Jackie's
I mean,
just on a 29.6. He's just gone 7. Aiden grade 29.5. So in the space of a split second, fastest lap has just dropped by 8 tenths.
Well, I reckon I don't know what Colin's got planned here. He's got 18 laps. He's got the oldest tyre on track, and as you say, he's 1.3 now behind Reggie.
I've got it at 1.5.
1.5. When I said 1. When I said it. He dropped a 10th, no, but he's back up to 1.3, 1.2.
Yeah, he's absolutely spanking his ERS to get close.
And the thing is, I've been watching him for the past couple of laps, and
there he goes. He's in the pits.
Going into pits. Now this is going to be interesting. Where will he come out? He slows down. Yep.
Kane Lowry is also on no penalties, by the way.
Yeah, and so is Keyboard.
Yeah. So
2 cars left.
They're going to jump a whole bunch of positions there.
Yep. Well, Colin, as he comes out the pits, won't be.
He will serve this penalty now, and he is the. This is one of the pains of being the last pit box
to pit. Yeah.
Serving his 5 seconds.
And as Aiden goes on the outside, and he looks like he's got he has contact, and Keyboard has spun. There was a slight bit of contact on the exit. Now, whether they will, I didn't get a clear view on that. Whether he will deem that he didn't leave enough space or not. It's
okay. So 25 seconds for Mechanical will bump him down to P13 as it stands, but there are cars with other penalties around him. So if he can keep it penalty free on track, then he should be in good stead for at least a handful of points.
And now the thing is that the top 6 are all on 12 lap old tyres.
And so he can use these softs as quality tyres now and just violate them for the next 6 laps, as Teddy Henke's just on a 28.7. Where did that lap come from Teddy Henke? Where is he on track?
This is what I'm saying. I think on
P16.
Friday, I think there was a low 28. I'm just watching Osso coming up behind Saki.
Yeah, he's going to have DRS in the next DRS zone, which will be the Hangar Straight, I believe. Because this straight they're coming onto, which is the GT pit lane.
Oh no, he's gone wide. Oh. No, he's lost it there.
Yeah, commentator's curse. We've just got to stop riding on board with people and just let them do it themselves. Yeah, Saki's managed to pull out a little bit of a gap there, but I think he's still close enough for DRS.
Yeah, no, but also
it's literally 9 tenths. It's very, very marginal. He was just outside of DRS when he crossed the detection line. So yeah,
on board with scrolling down on board. So only 3 cars. Kane Lowry at this point. Kane Lowry, Keyboard, and Colin penalty free.
Yeah, I'm just on board with Hound as he's actually closing up on the back of Gainful. There's 7 tenths in it. Oh, that's a nice aerial shot from the guys at Cold Masters. Jackie's just picked up 3 seconds. All I'm going to say is, stewards, if you're watching, trying to figure out Mechanical's penalty is going to be a pain.
Yeah. Watching also Bosso is still fighting Saki. He's got up to 4 tenths now.
Yeah.
3 tenths now.
As long as he doesn't make a mistake through this final couple of corners like he did last lap.
He's holding it tight.
Yeah, nice line through there that time.
Off. Yeah.
And I think he's got more ERS. He has.
Yeah. Saki has 6%, 5% left.
There we go, baby Dan.
Another 3
update on penalties
for Aiden.
Yeah, Kane Lowry is actually prime position to take the win for Ferrari right now.
Yep.
All he needs to do is close in by 3 seconds on Reggie in the next 4 laps.
Which is going to be interesting because they're both on 14 laps old mediums.
Oh, Hound's just got past Gainful, but also has 11 seconds worth of penalties, so that will drop him back.
Yeah, but Gainful is coming back on and he's gone into cops.
No.
Oh, Hound's gone wide off.
I could see Lewis and Max.
Yeah.
In Dan, the penalties are up on the screen, mate. Yeah, I could see Lewis and Max happening there. That's why I was like, no.
I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna go through the position changes at the moment. Most position gains is between Hound and Gainful, both gained 11. Followed by Raphael and Kane Lowry, both got 10. Then after
Mechanical's
that is Colin.
Up 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on in game that could be 8 up 10 positions itself, but then including penalties, it was inevitably still drop down. But like Aiden Gray on 11 seconds worth of penalties, for example, that's going to benefit him.
Yeah.
Like, massively. So I know it just seems like we're still we're constantly referring back to this.
What's happened to Hound? He's dropped back 2 places. Hound's off the track.
He's dropped at turn. Where the hell? He lost it at, I think it's called Chapel. It's an awkward double left-hander, and if you just get your foot down a little bit too much, the rear just snaps left.
No, I'm still gone back on board for Osso, who's closer to a 10th right on Saki's gearbox, run it a bit wide there.
Both of them did. They both ran the same line, so...
Now, also Bosso, during qualifying, he did, and he's got a nice tidy line there. A little bit slow on the exit, but he's got DRS. Half a second behind.
So, with Gainful and Steve going through cops side by side, Dan's just said, wonder who Steve still think it's Max's fault.
Oh, also Bosso's tyres are not helping him out here. There's 6 laps.
Yeah, yeah, he's on a lap out. All he's got to do is stay within 3 seconds of oh, no!
What was that? Sorry, I missed.
Also just went straight into the barrier.
Seeing that, see Colin goes past.
He will do because he needs a new front wing.
Yep. So that's another. So that's another place. So I mean, yeah. Again, I mean, I'm
front wing change at this point of the race will cost him a load of time.
I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna try and work out Colin, what he's got.
I think if he can still make it through without any penalties on track, I think he will end up finishing P11 after penalties have been applied post-race, which is still 8 positions and a lot of overtakes and good strategy.
But you've got to realise as well, there's a thing, like I said, if he appeals it and the appeal goes his way, he will have 5 seconds further 5 seconds taken off.
Yeah. Depending what happened, that is.
Yeah.
So Reggie is just cruising at the moment, but Kane Lowry is closing in. With a lap to go, he needs 2 seconds, but we've seen weirder things happen. Like, do you remember, I think it was Abu Dhabi or Russia last year, did you watch the Tier 3 race where we had Evil Prime and Guitar Maniac going side by side through the final 2 corners on the final lap?
I vaguely remember it, yeah.
And both of them ended up in the barrier, but both of them ended up finishing the race. They both lost their front wings with 2 corners to go, and they both just...
T-Bag's out the race.
T-Bag's gone. That's exit of turn 1. That will be... Keyboard will be the next man through, so I'm going to see where he's lost it. Yep. Dropped it on the exit of turn 1. Of turn 2, actually. So it looks like he's caught the curb. That's not going to be a full safety car at this point. Right,
I've worked it out roughly. If Colin can gain 3 seconds on Aiden, he will actually stay where he is on he will stay where he is on penalties. No, he won't, because Quality Boy, so he'll be coming 9th as it stands.
If he can build a 3 second gap.
Yeah. So, no, tell a lie. So now he's got 2 seconds, because it was 28 seconds. Now he's 32 seconds from the leader. So he's got 2 seconds. He's got to find
2 seconds in a lap.
Yeah. Anything's possible, though. Anything is possible. Yep. But I mean, a solid drive from him from
regardless.
19th to 8th.
Yeah, I'm just going to jump on board with Reggie as he's finishing the final couple of corners for a well-deserved win.
Yeah, I believe that's his first win of the season as well, isn't it?
No, he won in China.
No? Oh, okay. Kane Lowry is missing up by really
1.7 seconds.
Yeah.
So, well done to Reggie. As long as he can keep it together through the final sector, well, end of sector 2 in the final sector. So he just knows that all he needs to do is get there above 3 seconds, and he's got the win. So still pushing a little bit by just using his remaining ERS. Don't blame him. As you see, Kane Lowry just in the background.
Colin's gone down to 31 seconds from the leader, so that means that's another second taken off. Unless Aiden messes up, this is going to be close.
Very, very close to work out where Mechanical is finishing.
Yeah.
As Reggie, race winner, thoroughly deserved.
Well done.
as Kane Lowry's across the lane. King Lockman
No,
with an impressive P3.
Aiden's closed it down to 36. Unfortunately, he hasn't, but I think Colin might beat Hound, but he will lose out to Quirty Boy. Definitely got P12, 100%. P12's in the bag.
Yes.
So I believe that's what, 3 points?
Yes, 3 or 4 points.
So there we go. I mean,
Mechanical jumped up to P7 based on penalties.
Yeah.
So when this finishes, we will take a scroll through the actual times, and then we can give a rough estimate on where he will actually finish.
But as I say, penalties are not, regardless, solid drive. As I said, he still, like I said, to really take off 5 seconds, he's done it in a 22.8 ahead of Reggie.
Yeah.
So like, without them 5 seconds, he would have got 6. No, he would have been 4th. No, 5th. Sorry, he would have overtaken Kane Lowry. So provisional race results would have been 5th. Which again, that 5 seconds, you know, safety car, especially on this game, can be glitchy. It's not a lot of control you can have. There's a car ahead of you, and if they're in there, if they've got a brake or anything like that, then you know, it's fortunately situations happen. You know, you don't anticipate the car just slam on their brakes in front of you, especially when it's that distance ahead.
Yeah, we're just waiting on ourselves to actually cross the line on the world's slowest final lap.
I mean, also fans went into this race on a
very
high.
optimistic.
Yeah, unlucky, unfortunately. You know, stuff like that can happen. As I say, anything can happen, especially let alone F1 on the game itself.
Okay, right. We'll wait for the podium celebrations to be over. We'll actually let Reggie have his moment of glory.
Yeah.
On the stream, because fantastically driven there. Like Aston Martin on the podium, well in P1, followed by Ferrari of, was it Kane Lowry? Yes, it was, and I'm struggling to remember who finished P3. This is why I need the results in front of me. So, we'll jump over to this so we can take a look at the finishing times, just for Chloe's benefit. So, yeah, it looks like P12, P11.
Colin, yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go, mate. Honestly, solid race. I mean, looking at it, solid race from Colin, gainful Raphael and Kane Lowry.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that from Raphael. Raphael had a solid drive from P14. Kane Lowry up to P2 from P12. So there's so many things that can go into this driver of the day, and we're gonna have this discussion.
Yeah, that is gonna be solid. That is gonna. It haven't made it easy for us, put it that way. There's so many. I say, you could look at. You could look at just on the position changes alone. As I say, with Gainful, Colin. But then, like I say, Reggie's solid run.
Alright, guys.
Start to finish.
That is us over and done with. From CDR, we will see you in the new year, and Merry Christmas.